It was interesting to note what could be perceived as a role reversal in terms of what the German and Russian leaders chose to focus on in their opening statements here in Germany ahead of their bilateral meeting outside of the capital, Berlin. Usually you will hear the Russian President Vladimir Putin focus on security issues because that is seen as one of its strengths. It is heavily engaged, of course, in Syria, and there is that ongoing conflict in Ukraine. And you will often then hear the German leader talking about Germany's economic might and how it is looking to sort of stretch that economic might and build economic ties with its various partners in Europe and around the world. This time it was completely the other way around. You had Angela Merkel spending most of her time talking about the need to bring peace to specifically the conflict zones in Syria and Ukraine. And you had Vladimir Putin instead talking about the Russian economy, specifically about how he said he wanted to rebuild economic ties between European countries and Russia. He talked about how trade ties between Germany and Russia had increased 22% through 2017. I think there is a sense now that there could be a window of opportunity here for two countries who have not always got along, particularly since the annexation of Crimea, to try and patch up their ties. Since that meeting between Vladimir Putin and US President Donald Trump in Helsinki last month, there have been attempts to do this before. They have not always worked out. And I think that during this window now, we are seeing these two leaders laying out their priorities and what is still being seen as the start of a process. Guy Henderson, CGTN, Berlin.